So now I can go through here and try and decide, what I think is going to help me, again, make sure that I've got good separation, whether the grass is separate from the building. If I don't want to make this too much lighter because I'll lose my contour within the grass, I might come in in a few places and make sure that the building peeks through in a few places. If I get down too far, that's going to mean that I'm going to have very thin grass, and if I keep going with this pattern, I'll end up by creating something that seems like we're looking all the way through it. Now, obviously, that could be an advantage, at times. It's the same thing with hair. We either have very, very dense hair or we have maybe thin hair on somebody. And so we want to be able to just not do everything the same and take into consideration. But these are the kind of things that are in your control. This is the opportunity for you to say, okay, I think right in here, wherever that is, I'm just using this as an example, I want to be able to, have the grass a little thinner up here and being able to see a little more of the building, and yet less and less and less as it gets thicker. And then if I put a tone in here, it's probably going to communicate better if I'm paying attention to the area that is behind it and watching it change in value as well. So if I have this coming down here like this one opening here, let me get a little closer. If I have something like this, I don't want to just end it here with a blade of grass going across here and then kind of suggest it here. I want to make sure that this is also a deeper recess in that little place. So it looks like it's a continuation of the separation between those boards and just things like that. So I think that you can probably see that there's a little bit of a soft part in here because I may not have my values as dark as they could be, and yet when I'm adding that, I want to really be careful. Just assess how dark is this, how dark do I want to make that. You can already see that this is starting to get darker, and so I want to be able, though, to not have it look like, well, as it goes down behind the grass, that isn't as dark back there, but it probably would be even more because of the grass, because there's less light that would get in there. Like just a very general principle, and maybe it's something that could vary a little bit, but I want to be able to have a consistency on the tone I use anywhere behind this grass and have it logically be a continuation or a part of the value I have above it. And again, not coming down too far because I'm going to have less and less of that showing through. But I can fade that away. If I feel like I've gone down too far, I can pull some of it back with my kneaded eraser. Just tap back a little bit of the value here and there so that no longer is it peeking through. But you might be able to see what I'm doing. So now the other thing that I think is always important, and you're probably all finding that out for yourself, is how wonderful it is to have a good sharp pencil, and not one that damages your paper, but one that can give you those clean edges instead of having everything become soft. Because even with this grass, even with the boards, whatever we're working on here, if the pencil gets too blunt, then we're going to end up by having a rough time separating one element from the other. Hi, I hope you enjoyed this video, this excerpt. And if you did, please take the opportunity to subscribe. Then that way you'll know when there's new ones, and I always hope that they're going to be useful for you and give you some good information. And if you want to share it with your friends, I'd appreciate that too. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.